Hi, we're team number 3 and we are going to talk about the chapter number 3, which is design of products and services. Design of products and services starts with product design, which is an integral success of many companies and differs significantly depending on the industry. For consumer products, understanding consumer preferences and market testing prospective products are very important activities. An example of this could be for pharmaceutical, extensive clinical tests are often required to involve carefully controlled experiments to test both the safety and the effectiveness of a potential product. Also, in a product design, there are six phases of generic development process, which are the following. First, the phase number 0, which is the planning of the product. Then, the phase number 1, which is concept development. The needs of the target market are identified, alternative product concepts are generated and evaluated, and one or more concepts are selected for further development and testing. Phase number 2, the system level design. This includes the definition of the product into subsystems and products. Phase number 3, the detailed design, includes the complete specification of the geometry, materials, and tolerances of all the unique parts in the product and the identification of all the standard parts to be purchased from suppliers. Phase number phase number 4, testing and refinement, involves the construction and the evaluation of multiple production versions of the same product. Phase number 5, production ramp up. The product is made using the intended production system. The purpose of this phase is to train the workforce to work out any remaining problems in the production process. In design of products and services, there's also designing service products. Designing service products is an important issue when developing a new service or changing an existing one is the question of how different the new service is compared to the current services offered by the firm. Here are three general factors to consider when determining this. First, the similarity to current services. This means that the new service should fit into the current service experience for the customer. Number two, similarity to current processes. Even the greatest service ideas require operational support to execute. And number three, financial justification. Designing and implementing a new service is costly and should be financially justified. There's also complexity and divergence in designing service and products. This is a useful way of analyzing processes. Similarly, for new service development is by specifying the complexity and divergence of the proper service process related to basic service process. Complexity is the number of steps involved in a service and the possible actions that can be taken at each step. Divergence is the number of ways customer or service provider interaction can vary at each step according to the needs and abilities of each. Also, we're going to talk about product development performance. This is taking together time, productivity, and quality to define the performance of development and in combination with other activities like sales, manufacturing, advertising, and customer service determine the market impact of the project and its profitability. There are three things we have to see. First, time to market. There are two aspects to this: the frequency of new product introductions and the time from initial concept to market introduction. Productivity. Such measures as number of engineering hours, the cost of the materials, and tooling costs are used in these measures. Often, the comparison of actual versus planned costs are used. Quality. These measures that relate the reliability of the product in use, referred to as conformance quality. The product performance features compared to customer expectations, referred to as design quality, and the ability of a factor or service process to produce the product, defects per million opportunities, or time to market, for example. Now, the economic analysis of a product development projects. First, the economic analysis can capture only those factors that are measurable and that projects often have both positive and negative implications that are difficult to quantify, like operational design of development decisions, a go, no go milestones. A build a base case financial model. This consists of estimating the timing and magnitude of future cash flows and computing the net present value of those cash flows. The timing and magnitude are estimated by merging the project schedule with the project budget, sales volume forecast, and production cost, like development cost, ramp up cost, marketing and support cost, production cost, and sales revenue. Sensitivity analysis to understand project trade-offs. Sensi- Sensitivity analysis use the financial model to answer what if questions by calculating the changes in the net present value corresponding to a change in the factor included in the model. Some companies call this what if analysis. Answer these what if questions can be useful understanding how sensitive an analysis is to cost and profit assumption. Scenarios can be developed, development time, sales volume, product cost or sales price, and development cost. We are going to talk about design criteria. First of all, designing for the customer. This divides into value analysis and value engineering, which is the elimination of unnecessary costs, and qualified function development deployment, that is, getting the voice of the customer into the design of the production. Designing for manufacture assembly. Engineering of products with an emphasis on reduction of production costs. And eco design is the incorporation of environmental consideration in the design and development of products and services. We are team number 3. Thank you for your attention.